Hi, my name is Miguel Lopez de Leon. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to talk about how to write an outline for your manuscript. Chapter 1. What do we want? What's the main point of Chapter 1? Well, I don't know. So Chapter 1, get to know our hero, our protagonist. That's my main point. I want the reader to sort of get to know him in this world. Chapter 2, I want my hero to get to a scary house and explore a scary house, maybe even a haunted house. So how do I get him from the beginning of Chapter 1, where we're just getting to know him, to exploring a scary house? Okay, the 3 minor points. 1, we establish our hero has a dog. 2, we establish he walks the dog. And 3, as he's walking the dog chases a cat and gets loose and follows the cat into the scary house. And our hero is chasing after his dog into the scary house. Now we got our hero from the beginning of Chapter 1. If we hit those 3 points, he will end up at the scary house by the beginning of Chapter 2. I'm not saying that those 3 points are the main points of the chapter. I'm not saying that, okay, that's all you're going to write for Chapter 1. No. Write everything you want for Chapter 1. Whatever you want your story to be about. But at least you know that if you hit those 3 points, regardless of what else the chapter is about, you will move the story forward. And that's really important, to move the story forward. Now, I find that if I don't do this, especially because I write fantasy books, my imagination takes over and all of a sudden there's spaceships, deadly unicorns, dragons, and all these things that my imagination goes to, and I sort of have to rein it in because it affects the pacing. Chapters might get too long or too short. You might not realize that the reader kind of wants you to get to the point already. So these outlines sort of help push the story forward, and at least I know, okay, no matter what within reason I put into Chapter 1, as long as I hit those points, the character's going to go where he needs to go. Let's do it again. Chapter 2, he's at the scary house. What do I want for Chapter 3? Well, I know that after Chapter 3, that's when the real adventure kind of starts. So I don't want him to take this whole adventure by himself, or else you just have a character talking to themselves, which could work. But let's say I want him to be with his best friend. So the beginning of Chapter 3, I want our hero to be with his best friend at this scary house. Now in the beginning of Chapter 2, he's at the scary house looking for his dog. So how do we do this? Okay, what are our 3 minor points? I don't know. Let's say he walks in a room and the dog is there with a pale, spooky girl. That's 1 point. The second point, the next day at school, he tells his best friend about the house and the dog with the spooky girl. Third point, his friend looks online at the address and finds out that the spooky girl used to live there, but she died years ago. I don't know. And convinces his friend to go back to the scary house to explore. Chapter 3, him and his best friend are back at the scary house exploring. You got them where they need to go. After this type of outline, what I usually do is then I go maybe on a separate piece of paper or a separate notebook. I then write detailed notes for each chapter. So Chapter 1, but then as I'm writing, I then refer back to my original outline that says, okay, hit these 3 points. Don't let your imagination go away with you. Keep moving the story forward. After this type of simple outline, you could then do backstory. You could then fill notebooks full of notes. You could then do whatever it is you want. Or you could just use this outline and just go from there, you know? It's whatever works for you. This just so happens to be what works for me. I guess that's it. Is that it? Keep reading, keep writing, and have a great day. That's cheesy.